everybody. Welcome to the Otherz podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Penny. Joining me, as always, Mr. King of Creams, David Travis. What's up, David?
Live from the 718. What's going on, y'all? Penny, what's up, man?
Oh, it's a late night stroke early morning for you this time, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's crazy because after the whole fiasco we set New York on fire last week, I'm assuming that, you're still tired from that, but it's weird that you're not here, man.
I actually am still really tired from that. I'm still recovering from the trip, from the jet lag, still not sleeping. So yeah, we are recording slightly differently this time. It's like 1 a.m. for you, nearly 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like nearly 9 a.m. here.
Well, just so everyone knows that I've hung out with a lot of people off of Instagram, but I will say, not only is Penny probably the most genuine person that I ever met in my entire life, but Penny can hang, y'all. We were up at Tidal when we signed the deal. We were at the store.
No, right, let's not start that off again.
Yeah, all right, we'll leave that alone.
We'll get to that in a bit.
But Penny, man, you took me by surprise, man. All my friends are just like, yeah, okay, where's Penny? Everyone knows you as Penny now.
We can clarify some of that in a bit.
Yeah, so
I think first we'll get on with our usual video talk.
What we got?
This week we've got one that I've been waiting for.
What?
I've delayed the one that you're kind of waiting for, not waiting for, until maybe next week. But this week we're going to go with a nice happy one that I think we both like, and that is Frontin.
Oh, Frontin.
One of my all-time favourites. I think we get asked quite regularly what our favourite Neptune's track is, or favourite Pharrell track, etc. And I always say, I never have an answer, there's too many. But Frontin is definitely top 5, top 3 for me.
Yeah. I'm not even going to play by the rules for this one. I mean, we'll do the stats and everything, but I'm just going to be straight honest because Frontin was a track that, number one, in my opinion, really put Pharrell on as a solo artist. That's number one. Number two, the bridge in that song, unbelievable. Number three, that white jacket he had on at the end. Forget all the season 0 BBC stuff. That white jacket, that was crazy.
But yeah, released in June 2003, video directed by Paul Hunter. Featured on Neptune's Presents Clones. The album itself got to number 1 in August 2003.
Mm-hmm.
As for the single, it reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US and a number 1 in the R&B and hip hop chart.
That was a banger.
Reached number 6 in the UK, and then had varying degrees of success around the world. I think a few other European countries have got top 10. Mm-hmm. Randomly, like in Germany, it only hit like 60 something, I think, and Australia it didn't really chart, but it did reasonably well. And like I said, the album hit number 1 as well. But yeah, as you say, this I think has really put Pharrell on the map as a kind of solo artist, as a personality in himself, as opposed to the Neptunes or N.E.R.D.
Yeah, it was. I'll never forget where I was, man. I was working as a janitor when I was in college. I was like cleaning buildings where I live and everything. And I used to listen to Hot 97 all the time. And I remember it came on. And I was like, yo, who's using this harpsichord type sounding instrument? And as soon as it came on, don't want to sound full of myself. I'm like this. Yo, it's that weird black dude. It's Pharrell. Like, I couldn't believe it. And back then, I had the Nokia 3360 phone. Called up Evan, and Evan just happened to be listening at the same time. And I remember we were listening on the phone together, but when we heard the bridge come in, it was lights out. It was lights out, man. That song still knocks today. It's always gonna knock. I don't care what anybody says. Definitely in my top 5, I would say, for Pharrell's solo songs, 100%, for many reasons.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think if I opened iTunes now, which I'm not going to do because nobody ever wants to open iTunes, but I think if you looked at the play count, it's probably top of my play count, and that's played from iTunes, played from Apple Music, etc. It probably is my most listened to track, probably most watched video.
I agree.
It's right up there for me. And like you say, it still sounds like a great track now. It's still revered by fans. You know, when he does it live, people still go crazy for it. If that comes on at a party, people still love it. Brilliant track.
It's crazy because a lot of people were in that video as well, as far as cameos and stuff. And from what I remember hearing, that video was shot. Was that shot? It was shot in his house, correct?
I think it was, because it's got the skate ramp that he put in.
Lauren London was in that video, and
so you had Lauren London, Lanisha Cole, Mimi Faust.
Yeah, but I think Lauren London was in there though.
Yeah, she was. Yep.
Yeah, I think that Lauren London was in the video though. She's kind of banging. I love her, man.
You have a slight thing.
Oh my god, when she was at the door, I just would have been like, Neptune's presents the clones. I was just like, nah, King of Creams. Like, I just want to be with Lauren London. She's kind of hot. I remember.
It does start with some slightly sort of bad acting in terms of.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But what I do like about that small part is they've got like Big Ben there.
Big Ben was in the video.
Big Ben at the door. So for those that don't know, Big Ben is
Pharrell's
kind of security guy who's been with him since like day one. Is still with him. Also works for other kind of big artists as well.
He was
and you always
I like his
see him
role
in the background and stuff of pictures here and there when Pharrell's at events. But I really like the fact he was actually in the video doing some really bad acting.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Neptune's presents clones.
Clones? Oh, okay. Come on in. Okay. Side note, I used to listen to, and I still do, a lot of people don't know this, but obviously besides Jamiroquai, I listen to a lot of chilled out music. That's like my favorite. And I used to buy this, I don't know if they still have it, but anyway, it was like a chilled out CD, Taking It Back. And there was an artist by the name of Jamie Cullum. And he covered it. I remember he had that as a cover, and he absolutely slammed it. You should. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys, if you listened to that before, he smashed that version of Frontin.
Yeah, so people out there, if you don't know Jamie Cullum, he's a UK jazz artist. And yeah, he did a cover of this on BBC Radio 1 Live Lounge, I think it was.
Yep.
Years and years back. Because this was like quite big news in the UK back then as well when he did this. And then when, I'm trying to remember the story, when Pharrell and Shay, I think it were on BBC Radio 1, maybe a few weeks later or a month later, they were asked, like, have you heard, do you know this kid Jamie Cullum? Have you heard this cover he's done? They were like, no. And they played it back to them during the interview.
Yep.
Pharrell was like, oh man, this is dope. We need to get in touch with him.
It was ridiculous. I remember back then, I was 20. I didn't really know how to play the piano like I do now. Like, I was always a piano player, but now I can freestyle a lot. And I remember hearing that, and in the second bridge, he like spazzed out on the piano, like a piano soloist, spazzed out. He absolutely killed the song, and I still listen to it to this day. So Frontin' not only was a good track, but it was covered by so many people, which actually just added, to the hysteria of the song.
Yeah, I think for Jamie, just talking about Jamie Cullum in terms of what it did for him, like he was very big in the UK anyway, and in certain parts of Europe as well, just for his own kind of solo stuff and his jazz stuff that he would do. But he actually put that, I think he already had an album out, and they re-released the album with that as a bonus track.
Right.
And I think that, if I remember rightly, I might be talking rubbish here, but that actually pushed the album up to number 1. And then he released that cover as a single, and the single itself got to like number 12 in the UK charts. And then he ended up meeting Pharrell, and then he did the backing tracks to You Can Do It Too. He does the backing vocals on there.
Yo, I did not know that.
Yeah, so if you listen to You Can Do It Too, especially towards the end, you can hear him like harmonizing and doing the backing vocals.
See, you learn something every day with Sir Penny. Every day you learn something new.
So they did talk about collaborating together, and that's kind of what came out of it. Him doing backing tracks on an album track, but not bad.
Well, you know what's crazy too? Frontin was really the first time that we saw a lot of the BBC stuff too.
Oh yes.
Looking back when I was that age, you just seeing it, it was like, all right, whatever. But now that part of BBC is kind of gone, you look back at it and it's like, damn, that polo that he was wearing was crazy, or that T-shirt was crazy.
Yeah, so in this video we really see the first like sort of BBC branding and the first proper shots of the season 0 stuff. So we get the T-shirt with the small astronaut logo. We get the Curve logo. No, not the Curve logo. Sorry, the OG kind of BBC logo. What else is in there? There's a couple of others. I think there's a white and a black colorway of the T with the OG logo. We
also saw Lauren London. She was in the video.
Oh, was she in there? I didn't notice. Okay. But yeah, this is where the kind of BBC branding really kind of started off. This is when they really started to push it a little bit.
Jay-Z had a verse, obviously. That's when they were working together a lot.
Yeah.
Any Jay-Z, Pharrell song at that time was hot. I really missed that collaboration. Jay-Z, Pharrell, I'm going off on a tangent now. Usher and Pharrell, those were like, that was like the era, man, when you start to see a lot of that. Pharrell's just like kind of like branching off by himself and starting producing tracks. But Jay-Z was in the joint, but I don't think he was really at the video shoot.
No, his video looks to have been filmed separately.
Yeah, and they put that old ass camera in there too. At the time, that was new, but yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I watched the video again earlier before we started recording, and yeah, you look at the little sort of camera thing. She's got digital camera, and it looks really dated. But then it is dated. The song is nearly 15 years old. So
I got a quick story, man. So growing up, my dad was actually very strict. Well, my brother and I, very strict dad. Very strict upbringing. My dad was like no jokes, man. So at the time I was
dad who makes some mean food along with your mum as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Penny met my parents. Penny had some.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, my dad. I was 20 at the time, so I was still living with my parents. My dad was very strict. Son, you're not getting any earrings. You're not getting any earrings. My dad would not let me get earrings at 20. I was 20 years old. You can't get earrings. Yo, I'm sitting and I'm watching the front video and I see that ending part where he has that white jacket on. Yo, I'm like this. Boom. It was because of that one scene I saw. I was like, yo, this dude has earrings. I'm going to get earrings. Pharrell made it cool to look, because at that time, that was like the very hood. He made it cool to look suave, man. He had the earrings going. He had that white jacket on. That's when I was like, all right, it's time to grow up. This guy's really just setting the bar. And so that's my story about how I got 2 earrings in my ear. It was because of Frontin'. It was because of that video.
All thanks to Pharrell.
All thanks to Pharrell, man.
I'm sure your dad loves him for that.
Yeah. So that video was, I'd probably say that, Margarita is probably like one of my favorite videos. But Frontin', I ain't frontin'. That's definitely up there with the rest of the videos. Song, production, keyboard, chords. The bridge is in my top 3 for the Neptune's Pharrell bridges, 100%. That bridge is crazy. Crazy, bro.
I completely agree, yes.
Yeah, so, Frontin', I'm actually liking this episode. I'm glad we're not talking about that other shitty song.
You've got another week to prepare yourself for that.
You might have to skip me for that one.
Yeah. And then, also just in terms of the video, who we also see in the video, a random appearance from Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, he was in there.
They have worked together a couple of times, but just strange that he'd crop up there. Pusha T we see, Chad and Shay obviously turn up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Family, is he in there somewhere?
I think so.
Perhaps. I can't remember.
I could be wrong, though. I'm getting old now, so.
I just got, recollections of Family being in there. Obviously, we see Big Ben, and then a couple of small appearances from Nego as well.
Yep. And Lauren London was in there, too, I think.
Oh, yeah, and Lauren London, she pops up somewhere, yeah. But just interesting to see sort of Nego in there. That's sort of, I think, the start of the earlier days of their relationship. We've had all the Bape stuff. we're now starting to see the BBC Season 0 stuff cropping up. So this is when they're working a lot more closely together. They're obviously, at that time, probably working on ice creams and stuff like that as well. Or, at least have had discussions and stuff. So, interesting to see sort of Nigo crop up in that video. And I think probably back then, nobody, apart from those that really followed Bape, would have known who that was.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew of him, but it was like, I wasn't looking for him. Back then it was, you really had to do your legwork to see what people look like and watch videos and to see who the, people were and everything. But interesting fact, I'm just reading right now, that Frontin was Pharrell's biggest solo hit until 2013, Happy.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? Like, those are two totally separate, like, I feel like those songs shouldn't even be in the same book.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like a big hit. 2003.
And it shows how big it was when you had stuff like Can I Have It Like That in the middle as well.
Yeah. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, that was like, it took him 10 years to almost get like another hit like that. And I'm sorry. Like, I think he had a lot of songs in between that was, Happy is a cool song, but Happy and Frontin aren't in the same book. But it just shows you the, the growth, the state of the, the music industry, the whole thing, So.
Yeah.
What would you give Frontin out of 10?
Oh, man. Out of 10. Well, for me personally, I'd say it's a 9 to 10.
I was going to give it 9.5.
I'd say a 9. I couldn't give it a 10 because it isn't like a banging Prince or Michael Jackson track or James Brown or anything like that. But
I still bump it at parties. It's crazy.
But still, in this kind of genre, in this era, it's still, it's a legendary track, and it's a good 9 for me.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so cool. We kind of like 9.5. I'm sure most of the listeners would probably, mark it up above an 8, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've never met somebody that doesn't actually like that track.
Yeah, and if they don't, they're fronting.
Oh, but I'm...
All right.
All right, that's the video talk, I guess. Should we talk about what we got up to last week?
Yeah, you want to first, is there any shout outs or pickups you want to talk about?
All right, well, let's do that as well. That kind of ties in. First shout out, Mental Billionaire on Instagram. Talking of Season 0, he actually sold me a dead stock Season 0 hat.
He's the truth.
Yeah, good guy. The hat doesn't actually fit me. It's a medium. I bought it on the off chance that it would.
Boy.
He shipped it to your office for me in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that when I arrived. But it doesn't fit that great. So if anyone out there has a large version and wants to swap it, then do get in touch. But I have that. I fully regret selling my original 2 Season 0 hats that I had. I had the brown and the blue. The one I just bought is the blue one. But I regret selling those originally. But I saw this crop up and thought, I could do with some more Season 0 in my life again. So I copped that. So shout out to him. He hooked that up nice and easy. Yeah,
and I opened it up and I'm just like, why is he sending me something? I'm like, oh, he's such a nice guy. And we're talking.
Yeah, that's it. I got there and I was talking about how I'd bought this hat and how I was waiting for it to turn up at your office. And you were like, oh, I got a Season 0 hat sent to me recently. So you'd opened it up.
Opened it up. I'm like, why the hell would he send me this? I'm like, he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
So my shout outs this week, very simple. First of all, I'm going to shout out, I know he's not listening, but those of you who follow me on Instagram know I had a chance to run into Virgil. Shout out to Virgil from Off-White. That guy is probably one of the nicest, quote-unquote, celebrities I've ever met in my entire life. He is down to earth. He is definitely an OG. He knows what he's talking about when he mentions a lot of the BBC stuff. So shout out to Virgil. Also want to say big shout out to Mimi as well and everybody at the I Am Other and BBC, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. I also want to say big shout out to Chris Sorensen. We're crazy, always going back and forth. I'm talking about stuff. I haven't talked to him in a while, but shout out to Chris. And of course, can't forget about my homeboy, member George. Shout out to him as well. And anybody else that I forgot, hit me up and maybe I'll shout you out next week. But those are the people I want to say for this week. 100%.
pickups, I guess we can get to because that ties into our.
Let me go first because I have one pickup, and then Penny over here decides to buy half of the damn store using the poor BBC employees as his own personal shoppers. So I bought one thing, y'all.
They offer great service. That's all I can say.
I bought one thing. Penny over here. I look back, and this fool has people holding bags and bags of stuff for him. So
don't exaggerate too much, but
I actually picked up the new N.E.R.D. Y'all know that Pharrell is doing this huge. I actually just got back from it tonight. The Holy Collaboration, and I picked up the all white NMDs, and those will not be coming out the box. Never. Those are the only NMDs I'm using.
Brave man.
Yeah, those are worse than the white Yeezys I picked up too. Those are you look at them once and they're dirty. The only place you wear those is the space. That's it.
And when you bought them, I think the next day you tried them on in the house and you walked around your apartment, which is a very, very tidy, very, very clean apartment.
Thank you.
But just from walking around inside, you're like, yeah, these are fucked up already. These are dirty already.
And for those of you who are very close to me, you guys know I have OCD. And so when I tell you my apartment is super clean, it's like almost sterile clean. So I walked around, me and Penny had the white Yeezys on, I put the NMDs on, and they were taken off right away because I could not take it anymore.
Yeah, it's a shame that they are so white because they look really nice.
Yeah.
They're really well made. Yeah, they fit well, they're comfy. But yeah, you're going to struggle to keep those clean in any condition, in any location. It's crazy.
I mean, listen, I was just talking about it, I think, on my Instagram a couple nights ago, that I love the way that the NMD hikes. I love the way that they're built. Even when you picked them up, Penny, you were like, wow, this is a heavy shoe.
Yeah.
It almost makes you feel like, hey, this is worth the $200 I spent on it, you know.
Yeah.
No shoe, in my opinion, is really worth that much, but then again, I'm the king of creams, and I guess I thought that wrong for 750 times already. So, but yeah, those are my only pickups. That's it for me today. And here we go. For Penny's going to take off the rest of the show talking about everything he picked up. Go ahead, Penny.
No, I'm not going to go into too much detail. Yeah, while I was over, I thought I'd make use of actually being at BBC, being in the country. So I picked up a few bits and pieces. What did I get? One hoodie, a couple of crew necks. One of them, in fact, from the EU release, one of the tie-dye ones, which were really nice.
That was pretty cool.
I could have just copped it from the EU store online, but I thought as they had it in store, I'd buy it there. What else did I get? T-shirt, a few pins, a few key rings.
You picked up the women's hue.
Yeah, a pair of hues. Actually, I had no real... Well, I was going to say I had no real interest. I did have an interest in them, but hadn't seen them available over here yet. But then you were wearing a pair, like on the first day, I think. And they're that... How would you describe it? Like a tan,
they're
dark
called
tan
like
color with red?
Ash Pia is their official name color. To be honest with you, these are one of these hues that just dropped out of nowhere. Like there wasn't any promotion for them. I just went to the store and I was like, "What the hell is this?" It's almost like a darkish pinkish type thing.
Yeah,
like it's kind of weird. And I was wearing them, and Penny was just like, we were literally leaving the store, and Penny's like, yeah, I'll just pick those up too.
Yeah. So I grabbed a pair of those. What else was there? But yeah, and randomly a HomePod from an Apple store as well. And then tons of sweets and candy for the kid, and just all sorts of stuff like that you buy when you're on holiday. But essentially, my bag was like twice the size. And I must also say, I did come back with a few additional pairs of shoes from your good self as well. Oh yeah, Penny was one of the few people to actually see both of the freezers in the house, and we were just taking out some shoes, and I was showing him, and I gotta say this. Penny is one of the few people that I show the freezer to that he actually analyzes
the shoes. So it's almost like having a carbon copy of me. So everything I showed him, he was just like literally looking at it. So one night we were pretty bored. We're just going through all the stuff, and I'm just like, "Hey, Penny, you want these? You want these? Just take them. You want these? Just take it." So
yeah, I've got to say you hooked me up with a pair of the Stan Smith polka dots, the
Love
blue
'em.
and the red ones. I had a pair of those originally when they came out. Paid full price for them. Absolutely love them. Wore them to death. Like the leather is still really good, but the sole is just like worn
it's just
away.
done.
Because I wore them day in, day out for like a whole summer, even longer. So you had a pair of those knocking about. You gave me those. And then, being the fool that you are, the generous idiot that you were going through one of your freezers, and you're like, "Oh, hey, you like the nothings, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've got a couple of pairs, like a red and a green pair or something." You were like, "Oh, you can have these then." Threw over the brown pair.
I literally just threw them at you.
Yeah, which I think are really, really nice. In fact, I
I
think
can't pull
they're
them
really
off.
nice shoes. No, you don't like them, but I really do. I really do like them. So you kindly gave those to me as well. But then what I did like was I was sat there looking at those, and you said, "Oh, here's something else to check out," and you just kicked a box across the floor like it was nothing. And I thought, "Oh, what's this he's showing me? It can't be anything great if he's just kicking it across the floor." And it was my holy grail.
Oh,
that you were
yeah.
kicking across the floor
The
to
Colette's.
me. The brown and pink Colettes, yes.
I'm not crazy about those, man. A lot of people are just like, oh my God. I don't know. I wouldn't even put those in my top 10 ice creams, to be honest with you.
Oh, I love
they're
them.
alright. They're all right. I'm going to post a picture later on today. They're okay. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm real. My favorite ice cream, everybody knows, is the all yellow board flip too. I would take those over a pair of Colette's any day. Oh, and here comes the hate mail.
Yeah. But yeah, that's so I came back with, I think I came over with 5 pairs of shoes, went back with about 9 pairs of shoes.
That's a good trip.
It is all the clothes, all the home pods. Yeah, my bag took a good 20 minutes to zip up on the day that I left. It was twice the size as when I came over, and it was also 5 kilos overweight when I got to the airport.
So I will say this. Speaking of shoes, so today's date. Well, you know what? So today is officially. Does it say 2nd? Yes, March 2nd.
Yeah.
All right. So, this is probably going to be, since the Super Colors, one of the biggest Pharrell Adidas releases, just because the amount of shoes that are coming out in one day.
We've got a ridiculous couple of
Oh
weeks.
my gosh. I think you counted 13 releases of the NMD and Hue over just like the past 2 weeks and upcoming. 13 releases, all the tie-dye. We have a new silhouette with the Stan Smith. That's the Prime Knit. I'm actually really excited for. I'm not excited for the price though, Penny. We had a long discussion on that. The 160 is oof.
So yeah, the prices have jumped up, I'm guessing, because of the new material involved, although it doesn't feel like it's $160 worth of material.
Yeah.
So we were looking at these in the store last week when you got your NMDs. And yeah, like normally the tennis hues and the Stan Smiths, they go for what, around 100, don't they?
Yeah, like I remember the first one's release was about $90.
Yeah.
They've gone up, and that's cool, like everything. But when I saw the 160, I was like, damn.
Yeah. See, I just assumed they'd be around that 100 mark because you pick them up, they're super light.
Even the Stan Smith.
Yeah, the material is like very thin. It's not really much to it. But then you said to me, "Have you seen the price of these?" They're like the 160.
Yeah, I was a little taken back.
And I was kind of quite shocked. I could understand like a 160 price if they were like an original Stan Smith with the leather upper, and they were treated in some kind of way. They had some sort of special design with them. I can kind of understand a 160 price there, perhaps. But with the Prime Knit, you feel that material, and I'm sure that material is really great. I'm sure it takes a lot to engineer it, to make it, etc. But it feels like $20 or $30 worth of material.
Yeah, I was like,
there's nothing
wow.
to it.
They have the now we're talking about not the Hue, but it's like a Stan Smith silhouette. So those are gonna drop in. They already dropped in the all white, and they're gonna drop in the tie dye as well. Those are 160, and then you have the hues. The hues are coming in an abundance of colors. You have the all white, the Oreo. It's almost like a faded multicolor. Then you have the four solid colors: the red, you have the blue, the green, and the yellow. And then you have the tie dye ones. Those are also 160. And then of course the NMDs, which are coming out too. We have another three on the way. I'm definitely gonna try to get all of them.
So I was going to ask you about the multicolor tennis hue. Did you actually see them at the event tonight?
Okay, so it's a different material. Like I said, I mean, so like the first six or eight, something like that. It was like a lighter type of material, and then for the wintertime they kind of have like a heavier upper knit material. So the multicolored that first came out was like a lighter, knit. This one's like a heavier one. It looks just like that, Penny, but it's like a faded.
Right, okay.
It's almost like the tint is down on a TV. It's like, y'all need to turn the contrast up.
Okay, yeah, because the pictures I've seen, they look just very, very similar to the original,
Yeah,
which I already own. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll be copying those. I'd really like them. But yeah, if they are essentially the same, just toned down, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's the same thing, but like there's less color. But it's like, the Oreo ones, I've been looking for those for a long time. I heard they were a sample first. Now they're dropping. Definitely getting those. But I'm not sure if anybody has noticed this, but you can always kind of tell what's next with the hues because of the NMD colors. They always match up. So the breathe and walk and the cloud and moon and the body and earth, those are also hue colors as well. So the Oreo cloud and moons were the only one that didn't have a hue until now, which is dropping. Mm-hmm. So that's how I kind of put that together. They look pretty dope.
Yeah, they do look nice. Yeah, and I may get hold of a pair of those.
Yeah, you know me.
Unfortunately, yes, you'll be bankrupt again very soon.
Not good.
Yeah, but there's a lot coming.
Yeah, I'm excited. I have a feeling that next week's podcast we're going to be talking about how I'm living on the street.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
It's like Penny. It's 2:30 a.m. Man, this is hard right here. You guys don't know what it takes for Penny and I to do this.
I was going to say it's a late night for you, but having stayed at your house for a week, it's never a late night for you because you are
my gosh, Penny
up 24 hours.
Penny comes here, and I don't think he knew what he was getting into. First of all, he saw the real David. I mean, I do not sleep. I am up. Penny's like, what is going on? My brother and I'm up watching Unsolved Mysteries. That's my joint. We must have went everywhere. We went to I Am Other. We went to Tidal. We went to BBC, Rock Nation. Met Jay-Z's sister. We ate. Some guy stepped on my Hughes in the restaurant. That was bad.
Angry David came out then.
That was bad. I'm like, bro. He's like, how can I help you? I'm like, you can get your foot off my damn Hughes, bro. Chill.
So shout out Mimi. I think you've already said that, but yeah, shout out to Mimi who.
Mimi's big time.
Who is kind enough to host us at the I Am Other office to have a chat about.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. That girl runs. She runs. Her and her team. Everybody at the store, they're super amazing, man. They're the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah, she indulged us. She sat there and listened to us chat rubbish for an hour and chat about the podcast and our ideas and whatnot. So that was really good of her to take the time to do that.
Yeah, and she was interested too. She was really asking some genuine questions, which is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And then the guys at the store. So shout out to Steve Feinberg, who I don't know his official job title, store manager or something like that, who made sure I was looked after, who checked up on me to sort of make sure I got what I needed, and Jules at the store as well, who was my personal shopper for a
Jules is the man.
Times there.
He's
Love
the man,
Jules.
bro.
Jules was looking out for me big time. Hooked me up with everything that I needed. Was running around trying to find everything that I said that I liked. Running up and down those stairs.
I walked into the event tonight. BBC had an event, private event. First thing I walk in, they say, "Where's Penny?" You got to be kidding me.
Where's his credit card? I think he's what they were meaning, but yeah.
Oh, is Penny with you? Does it look like he's with me? I'm here.
But yeah, shout out to Jules for hooking me up, and then everyone else at the store that was really nice, really friendly as well, and helped out.
They really make you feel like home, man. So that's awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. Everyone came and said hello. Everyone, it's like family there. Everyone.
Yeah, we had some people meet us down at the store too.
Yeah, so yeah, shout out to the people that came down and met us there. On Instagram, there is Sean Risley.
Cool guy.
Yep. Doughboy Meets World.
Super cool.
And then this is like really embarrassing. Then one other guy whose Instagram name you asked and he told us, and then I completely
totally forgot, man.
So yeah, if you are the other guy, the guy with the glasses that was first there that came and spoke to us, please DM us. And give us a shout, and we will make sure we give you a shout out next week.
But Sean and Doughboy are really cool, man. I'm probably gonna link up with Doughboy, to be honest with you. That kid, he's another one. He's a super OG, man. We had a chance to sit there and just talk for like 10, 15 minutes about a lot of the OG, things, and he had some knowledge. He knows what he's talking about, man. And he was like, listen, everything has moved on. Some people, they just like dwell on, it's like, all right, guys, it's over, it's done. But he was one of those guys that was like, yo, listen, it's done, it's over. He knew about it, the whole thing. So shout out to Doughboy as well, man. He was super cool.
Yep, definitely. And yeah, we swung by Rock Nation and Tidal.
That was fun.
Inked our new deal.
We'll talk about that the next podcast,
Let's clear something up now. We may as well.
We're gonna keep people. I'm gonna string along as I can.
No, it got a bit out of control for a few days there. The messages we were getting. We did not sign any kind of deal.
Yeah.
So for those that know, or those that don't know even, Dave's brother, Ev, works there and was kind enough to show us, invite us in and show us around and give us a bit of a tour, some exclusive peeks into what happens at Rock Nation and the people there and all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, we weren't there signing any deals to Tidal or anything like that. We were just there checking out the offices and saying hello to a few people and being in awe of some of the pieces of art and other things that we saw dotted around the offices.
It's crazy to see how things start up. There's a lot of things that, that we weren't allowed to see that we saw, and maybe things that Evan can't talk about. That was like, wow, awesome. This is how things come to fruition, which is really nice, man. It's really cool. So shout out to Evan Pierce hooking us up for that whole thing, man. Shout out to Tidal. Shout out to Rock Nation. Penny didn't sign the deal. I actually signed the deal. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, no deals were signed.
NYC time, Penny. It's 2:30. This is awesome. I love doing this. Because this is when
you'd be awake watching Unsolved Mysteries anyway, so...
Oh, that's my dude, Robert Stack. Y'all need to watch some Unsolved Mysteries on Amazon Prime.
And also, quick shout out to Jazz and Just at Rock Nation as well, who were really cool and took time to, I think they kind of know you anyway, but took time to chat to me and...
Jazz Poe.
Yeah, and speak to me about stuff that was going on. So appreciate that. And I did sort of say to me on Instagram the other day, he may jump on the podcast one day if we can also convince Ev to jump on as well. So
yeah, that'll be like our first celebrity interview. We got some stuff coming to you for 2018, guys. We really appreciate everyone sticking with us and giving all the positive feedback, man. We don't have no time for people out there that are hating. And as I say to the haters, man, if you guys want to do it, you could do it yourself. Start up your own podcast. But other than that, me and Penny are going strong. I'm sorry I had to say that, Penny.
That's all right.
Letting the world know, man. I'm too old for the games.
It was a good week in New York. It was very productive. We met some great people. It's going to further the podcast itself, I think, from the meetings and stuff we had. And it's now on the radars of people that it needs to be on the radars of, which is good.
That's awesome. Good job with that, Penny.
it's gonna take a little while. We're still getting
going,
there. We're still
man.
going slowly. We don't. I think you've said this before. We don't make any money out of this. We we lose money doing this. In fact,
we do.
This is not a business. We pay for this with our own cold hard cash. All of the equipment, all of the hosting, and all the recording and editing takes our own time as well. So
that's right. So we do this. We do this for
the
fun,
love of doing it,
and we do it because we love doing it, and we do it for the positive people that are out there listening. Straight up, man.
Yeah, but you have to say there are times when like we can't arrange stuff or schedules don't work out, and it seems like it's too much of a pain in the backside to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like when I come over and I speak to the people that came out to the BBC store. I speak to other people on Instagram that are hitting us up like while I was over there. And
it's all worth it.
Everyone has positive stuff to say. Everyone really enjoys the podcast.
That's good.
You do. They enjoy what we talk about. They enjoy listening to us for God knows why, but they do. Yeah, we had like nothing but positive feedback. So yeah, we really appreciate that, and that's what makes it worth doing, and why you sit there at 2:30 in the morning, and I sit here late at night editing and all that kind of stuff.
So we appreciate you guys, and like I said, stay positive because Penny and I are definitely positive, and trust me, we're gonna take this as far as we can. And like I said, like Penny said, people are noticing, so that's a good thing. And just want to say thank you. In Portuguese, it's obrigado. I'm gonna start speaking my Portuguese language. A lot of people don't know I speak it, but whatever.
Oh, I just realized you were telling me about that the other day.
Yeah. I speak Portuguese. So, that's it, man.
So yeah, a good week all round. A tiring week, like I say, I'm still kind of recovering from the jet lag. Seeing as I got straight back, was delayed coming back, so I spent 30 hours awake, 20 hours of that travelling, then got about 3 hours sleep, and then had to go to the office. So.
Oh wait, but Penny, you gotta tell them about the soul food breakfast that my parents made. Penny.
Breakfast will never be the same again.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I think it was my last day, wasn't it? It was the Sunday.
Yeah.
You were over at your parents', and I was kind of getting ready to go, and yeah, you messaged me and were like, "Yep, come over the road, come over with Ev, get some breakfast going on."
Yeah.
I came over, and your mum and dad, so lovely, so lovely. Hooked us up some real good food. Yeah,
we had the bacon, had the eggs. They treated Penny better than they treated me and my brother, but that's my parents for you.
But yeah, super lovely people, and they make some super good food as well.
Well, hopefully, Penny, in July, maybe I'll make my way over there, man.
Yeah. So again, this is something we've been talking about. We've got a big N.E.R.D tour coming up in the summer. Well, not a tour, but doing all the festivals. They are doing Finland. They're doing Ruis Rock here on July the 8th, I think it is, which is the day before my birthday, just in case anyone needs to know that and wants to send me anything nice. Hint, hint. So yeah, we're going to try and work something out.
Man, we got to get that going.
Yeah, I'll probably be going to Ruis Rock, probably taking the kid as well, because we were debating going to Manchester or to Paris or Barcelona or something, but we'll keep it in the country here. We'll get the train up to, I think Ruis Rock is in Turku. I pronounce it really badly, but it's like 2 hours on the train, hour and a half on the train from here in Helsinki, so it's not far. So we'll probably go to that, and yeah, if David and friends and family can make it, then we'll arrange that.
That'd be great, man.
Yeah, we may do some recording while he's over here as well.
Yeah, just like how we did it while you were here.
Exactly, yeah. And many apologies to all the people who were messaging us asking where the podcast was while we were over there.
We were just living life, man. We were really having fun.
We had planned every day. We said, right, we're going to record something later or record something tomorrow. And then other stuff came up. We were busy.
I got those videos. I got to send you those videos too. We did do that for one whole day.
Yeah, so we did have one fairly productive day, which is a day when we sat indoors because it was a bit crappy outside. And we did a sneaker review for like 8 hours straight, I think, pretty much.
Literally.
And we went through Dave's freezers. We dug out all the kind of rare and unreleased ice creams and Adidas and Nikes. And we did like a big long review of them. So if and when Dave ever sends me the videos for them, I will edit
I promise.
probably 2 episodes, because I think we've got a lot of stuff there. And we'll put those up on YouTube at some point. But yeah, if you are a BBC ice cream fan, or you're just a sneaker fan in general, which you probably are listening to this podcast, you'll want to check out those videos, because there is some stuff there that you will not see anywhere else.
And I'm gonna put them up on my. Listen, I know some of you has subscribed to the King of Cream's YouTube page. I'm not done with it yet, which is why I haven't made an official announcement about it. There's some videos on there. There's a lot more coming. Evan and I working on my first King of Cream's episode that I'm doing. So that's going to be coming up soon. And then once Penny gets these videos up, we're going to post it up as well. But like he was saying, there's some things on there that you'll probably never ever see again. Exclusive to the Otherz podcast. So go check that out the second I send them the videos.
Yeah, for sure. That needs to be edited down, but hopefully in the next week or so we can get those uploaded and sorted out.
Cool, man.
Should we? I think we've got one other thing. We've also been doing the Bape Pharrell Roadster giveaway.
Yep.
We've had a couple of tasks so far. So now, as we're recording again, we should probably do task number 3, I guess.
Yeah, and I still have the answers to the last task too as well.
Yep, we got plenty of entries for the last one.
Okay.
So yeah, task number 3 is a question, and again, you can answer this by posting something, anything on Instagram or Twitter with the relevant hashtag. So the question is, on the new N.E.R.D album, No One Ever Really Dies, there's a sample or a couple of samples that are used throughout the album from somebody called Wretch. So it's that Mad Ethnic
Mad
now.
Ethnic,
And, those samples. So prior to this album, on what other track did Pharrell sample some audio from Wretch? The track is from a couple of years back, and it's a remix. So if you can tell us the track name and the artist, post that in the comments or in the actual image on Instagram or Twitter. Use the hashtag Otherz Podcast Task 3, Otherz with a Z and then the number 3, and hashtag the Otherz and hashtag Otherz Podcast, and then make sure you tag at Otherz Podcast in that picture. Make sure the post or your page is public, otherwise we won't be able to see it. Or push it to Twitter if you have an open account there, because I'll also search there. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on the answers we get. We keep saying we're going to give people a week to do this. We've said that the last couple of tasks, and they've dragged on weeks and weeks. You've got a week to do this. But yeah, if you're a day or two late, yeah, maybe we'll let you off. But try and get it done in the next few days, I guess, until the next podcast comes out. So yeah, again, so on which track prior to the release of the last N.E.R.D album did Pharrell also use an audio sample of Wretch? What was the name of the song and the artist?
Good one, bro. Good one.
Right. Is there anything else we've got this week to talk about?
No, not really. I feel like next week we're gonna have to talk about a lot, because a lot of the releases are gonna be coming out. So I feel like by that time I'll have so much to say about that. For
sure. We may see Angry David next week as well.
Oh yeah.
Depending on the
stay out of my way.
The video we talk about, so it could be interesting.
I'll see y'all later. Bye.
All right, so I guess that's it for this week then. We'll wrap it up there. As always, thanks for listening. You can find myself, Stephen Penny, on all the social media platforms at Steve R. Penny, or you can go to superhelsinki.com. You can find the show notes. I do occasionally do those, and information about the podcast at Otherz Podcast on all the social media platforms or at otherspodcast.com. David, where can people find you?
King of Creams with a Z on Instagram, or Ice Creams with a Z 101. I'm gonna bring that back. I haven't updated it in a while, but I got some time now. So Ice Creams 101 or King of Creams, both on Instagram. Follow me, and I appreciate everyone. That's it.
Okay, great. That's it. Once again, thanks for everyone that made last week a great and productive trip. Really, really appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
And a massive shout out to David and his family as well, who hosted me.
And to you too, Penny, and little Penny, for making that drawing of the babe for me. That was awesome, man.
But yeah, thanks to David, everyone over there in New York who made it, an amazing trip. Very memorable, man. Very productive. So much love to everybody. And that's it for this week, and we will speak to you next time. Bye-bye.
Say no more. Peace.